Hello, welcome Gemini. You are the ones that are finishing up this zodiac series for October. Thank you so much for being here. Keep in mind these messages are collective and general. So receive what aligns, release what doesn't. Never give your power away to a reading or an outcome. Remember, you're a conscious creator and you shift and change your timeline with your free will choice. So before I begin your zodiac messages, when I started this series and I was getting out my decks to decide which decks I wanted to use, the lid of this candle popped out and it's the Be Fearless candle. So whether it is the significance of the bee, the symbolism, the spiritual message of the bee, or simply the fact that it's important that we protect our pollinators, that we look into ways in which we are helping versus harming the pollinators, it's important that we are in harmony with nature and respectful here on this planet with nature, right? So that was a message. Perhaps even the be fearless message is important for you, Gemini. You have really nice energy moving into October. It kind of feels like a breath of fresh air, like things are slowing down, or you're being more mindful, you're being more connected in with your body and your senses and appreciating your experience. You may have felt, Gemini, like a lot of your experience has been observing. Well, it feels like you're being more interactive with the world around you, with the people around you, with your family, with your partner, with your children. You are embracing life a lot more than you have before. So if you've been living a lot within your head and within your mind, it feels like you're grounding more into your body in October. So starting out, we have the Scarecrow. Remember that you're not alone. Move with confidence as you are guided. So some of you, that might come from connecting with a guide or an ancestor on the other side that is assisting you at this time. Some of you, it could be a mentor that's come into your experience that has helped to embolden you and empower you. Some of you, it's just kind of downloads or just this general feeling of like the universe has your back, right? You have greater faith, you have greater confidence in the way that you're navigating. And the Scarecrow, is designed to keep the crows away from the, away from the crops. So essentially, it feels like you're able to deflect fears. You're able to protect, have this kind of spiritual protection. You're feeling more confident. Okay. And I would even say like you feel safer like in this world at this time, is what's kind of coming through here, which is really interesting. So there is this kind of empowerment piece that is coming in here for you, Gemini. When it gets into the soul truth, we have, what expectations do I have that are impossible to meet? The expectations we have are mostly delusional and impossible to meet. We then experience disappointment with ourselves or with a relationship when they are not met. It's time to dissolve your expectations and replace them with gratitude. Today's soul action, be grateful. You are being summoned to more peace. Peace is home for our soul, and it is accompanied by trust. It comes when you surrender and focus on what you can control. If you expect nothing and are grateful for everything, you will experience extreme fulfillment. So this is kind of that message of when you don't need anything, you attract everything. I definitely feel this. I feel this shift where these expectations or these pressures that you put on yourself or someone else has put on you, you kind of dissolve them. And you are more grateful for kind of how things are unfolding in your experience and in your life. Like this is a consciousness shift for you. This is a vibrational shift. This is beautiful. So when I looked at like how you can have more fun in October, we have the Fool energy and we have the Emperor energy. So if things are kind of disorganized, not really working out, in a certain way, like, there's this sense of you taking initiative, taking action. It could be that you go trick-or-treating with, your children or your nieces or nephews. You have an amazing costume. You're kind of leading the way here. You're stepping up into leadership and it's fun for you. It's something that you are enjoying. And you're creating that experience, not just for yourself, but for others. Maybe some of you, you've had like a Halloween that really was not fun. Whether it was like the costume wasn't great or just there weren't as many people around to trick or treat. Maybe the weather was crappy, whatever it may be. It's like, no matter what, you're like, I'm leading the way. I'm leading the way with my positivity, with my creativity, with this playfulness and this fun and this joy. And I'm going to create that experience for myself, but also others, right? So you're creating this joy, you're leading the way, okay? And stepping forward into leadership, and it's, something that feels good. It feels aligned. It's something that you're definitely motivated to do here. So you are becoming more engaging and aligned and taking action forward rather than just kind of like sitting back, right? You're being more active in your experience. When we get into your fortune cards, we have thoughts and marriage. So you could be focused a lot on marriage at this time. If you are married, maybe you're focused on your partner. If you're not married, maybe you kind of have that, you've had a bit of an awakening here. Maybe you're like, I want to get married, or I want to manifest a partner. You could be an artist, you don't have to be, but maybe you're starting to manifest, dream about, think about the type of partner that you would like to marry, you would like to align with here, right? So your thoughts are on union, your thoughts are on commitment, your thoughts are on creativity and magnetism and manifesting, right? And focusing your thoughts on what you desire too, which is really powerful since you're an air element. That's something else that's coming through. But if you're married, you're thinking a lot about your marriage. You're thinking about what's next. You're thinking about your partner. You're thinking about many different things here. But you are creating with that energy. You're manifesting with that energy. It doesn't feel like it's a fearful energy. It feels like it's an energy of love. It's an energy of peace. It's an energy of inspiration that is coming to you now. Okay, when we get into your timeline, kind of where you're at and what you're moving through in your experience, we have Temperance and we have the Moon. So we have you in this place of patience, in this place of feeling into things more than you have before. Embracing healing elements and experiences, taking the time to feel how nice that cool breeze is, in October, or appreciate the beautiful, vibrant leaves. There's just this sense of embracing it all. And with that moon energy, again, some of you that are magnetizing in a partner, like you're focused in on that and it's just kind of happening and you're trusting in it. You have patience with it as well. But the moon energy here it feels really good to you. It's like the lunar energy is serving you here, right? It's something that you want to lean into. It's something that, for those of you that maybe before you feared the unknown, now you've had a shift and you embrace the unknown. You're excited about it. Okay. You see, there's a lot of possibility within that. You might be feeling a lot of romance around, the full moon energy as well. But like even the feelings that are coming up that the full moon can pull out of us, you're just kind of embracing it. That's what's coming through here, Gemini, is you're having patience with it. You're embracing it. You're not trying to rush things. You're trusting in the unfolding of what is occurring here. If you're manifesting or doing moon magic or, moon intentions and anything like that, you just trust it's going to happen, that it's going to come together here. And then we have the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. And there it does. There's that wish fulfillment. The King of Pentacles represents the father, the business owner represents like the husband energy, the responsible energy. He's taken those mountains that he's traveled and he's made them into, he's integrated them into his experience. Now they've gone from mountains to molehills and he's showing his heart and it knows his value. And I think that's one of the biggest shifts happening here, Geminis, is that like there is this wish fulfillment for you, for some of you to attract in a partner, for others of you for things to kind of shift and heal maybe within your relationship. But there's also, that's if it's a healthy relationship, right? But also with the Nine of Cups, and the King of Pentacles, there's this sense of you attracting in. And again, the way that you're doing this is like, you're worthy of it. You're not sitting there wasting time and energy on insecurities anymore. You're focused on, what you enjoy with the Nine of Cups and your wish fulfillment. Some of you, it's like you're inspired by your spouse, you're inspired by your partner, and, you're wanting to give more to them, or you are just feeling joyful because they're happy, your family's happy, everybody's happy. You're kind of sharing in that experience. But your value, what you bring to the table, the value of your presence, and it's attracting in here basically what you desire. You've also, again, integrated in quite a bit of wisdom here with that King of Pentacles energy. And you're feeling inspired. You're feeling, this sense of self-love and fulfillment in your life and in your experience, and appreciation and gratitude in a way you maybe haven't before. It does feel like it's like this next level and this wish fulfillment that is coming in. Some of you with the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment could have to do with the King of Pentacles is the material, could have to be with something that you're, manifesting in In the material, yes, it could be a person, right? Like a partner. If you're single and you're wanting to manifest that in, but it could also be a raise or a new career or a new opportunity. It could be anything that you're desiring to call into your experience. And it feels like that trust and that alignment and that flow and that focusing on like pleasure and enjoyment and appreciating everything around you is just inviting in more of to appreciate, more to be grateful for, more experiences, more wish fulfillment coming in here. The Nine of Cups was also in the Aquarius reading too, so maybe that connects with you here. Could even be that some of you have even overcome challenges recently and you now have that integrated wisdom, and that's something that really helps your soul shine and helps you feel confident in your experience here. Many of you, especially if you're in masculine energy, you're learning to connect in with your heart space. And you're learning the value of connecting in with your heart space. You're learning the value of your emotions. You're learning the value of knowing yourself, knowing your soul, appreciating yourself, appreciating what you've created. I feel like you're looking around and you're really appreciating what you have created in your experience. And you're proud. You're proud of yourself, not from a place of ego, but from, very much connected in with that beautiful heart space. Now, when we get into the charms, we have the owl charm. Okay, so owls represent, of course, we have wisdom, seeing through the dark, our ancestors, our guides watching over us. That's where it was like you feel like you have more spiritual protection, or you feel like you have, again, this integrated wisdom. Okay, so you're more confident in the ways that you are moving forward. We also have a Capricorn. There could be a Capricorn that is significant to you. That could be a child, that could be a partner, a friend, a family member, anybody really. Another earth sign here. We have I believe this is the Hamza. So this is, another symbol of spiritual protection. So some of you might have learned recently about spiritual protection, and that's definitely created a lot of shift, or maybe how to navigate the world and know how to kind of like prevent energy leaks and guard your energy and protect your peace, because peace is a big message here for you too, Geminis. And then you have this beautiful like family tree heart. So there's a lot of love. It's like that divine love, that golden love. You see there's a little heart there in that beautiful tree. So there's a lot of love you're receiving from your family, from your ancestors, from your bloodline, a lot of love, in appreciation of what you're creating, maybe a lot of love, in nature as well. But your heart is fulfilled. Like you have this joy, you have this support, you have this almost like reassurance at this time, it feels like, and this divine love. And a lot of love and support again for family, and you just love and appreciate your family if you've created your own family as well. That's a beautiful message. Speaking of wonderful times, speaking of peace and harmony, speaking of abundance, speaking of feeling again that spiritual protection and support, from not just, in the physical, but from the spiritual, from the divine. We also have the property of Davy Jones, and X marks the spot on the map. So there's an element of playfulness coming in here, maybe a scavenger hunt, maybe a new destination, a place you'd like to travel to, whether that's a holiday, a concert, even like if you are receiving, some sort of invitation here, or clear direction about where you want to go, and that's something else that could be bringing in this clear clear mindset and relaxation and peace and confidence within you. Could also be that there's something that you find out that you own, that is worth quite a lot, and that's something else that is like a nest egg for you perhaps. But overall, yeah, there's just this sense of playfulness, relaxation, creativity, inspiration coming through here. We also have for the Halloween Oracle invisibility and authenticity. So I feel like you've been sitting back and you've been observing and you've been learning, and now you're just showing up in a more authentic way. And when you show up authentically, you don't feel stressed because you're just yourself. You're not trying to perform. You're not trying to be a social chameleon. You're not trying to, run around and people please for everybody, be whoever everybody wants you to be. You're just yourself. And so many of you might have gone through like an energetic shift, an upgrade, released a bunch of energy, maybe with like the eclipses. It's just like you're feeling like you're in your pure energy, you're feeling aligned, you're feeling relaxed, okay? Like you can breathe again, it kind of feels like that with this authenticity coming through. Many of you have awakened to the fact that, some of you that, you are a spirit having a human experience. And that takes you to a whole nother level of observation and perspective in your life, of having an energetic body, of having a soul, of knowing kind of how that works, learning about that just kind of elevates you. So I feel like you've ascended. I feel like you've ascended in your consciousness and your energy and your timeline too. Even you anchoring this energy into your experience is going to be influencing your relationships, your friendships, your family, in a beautiful way too. But you're shining authentically here, and it's such a relief. It's such a relief for you, Gemini. Okay, so thank you so much. That concludes our October zodiac messages. Receive what aligns, release what doesn't. Take the best care of yourself. If this didn't resonate with you, look at your moon, rising, Venus sign. And just, have a beautiful October. I love to see this for you, Geminis, because I know for the longest time in the zodiac series, there's a lot of stress and pressure and people pleasing and, all those expectations. That's a lot of what you've released is those expectations. And you're ready for kind of a reset, a new beginning, new mindset, and you're embracing your human experience with more joy, gratitude, appreciation for yourself, and also for what you have created in your experience, the people in your experience, and you're inspired by much here. So this is a beautiful shift. Thank you so much for joining me. Take the best care of yourself, and I will see you soon.